Welcome back. We're seeing some more Higurashi. Of course, well, there's never a good time to be part of it, but Rika thinking that she has some safety, a security net, a bit of backing to actually get her through this iteration, this life. Let's hope it plays out for her, because, well, so far being told that she has been through this hundreds, thousands of times, and, well, never actually been successful whatsoever. Always finding death of some form or another. At the end of it, always at least behind the shrine, if not earlier. Which I don't know if I actually mentioned at all, but definitely makes the whole knife to the temple a lot more understandable. So, well, this one's over. Might as well hop into the next life. But with questions galore, I hope at least one of them is answered in this episode. But to find out, we have to watch it. So sit down, grab a drink. Let's begin. That was a noise. There is so much kind of danger around every corner, because not only is she worried about her own personal safety, it's everyone's. If there is a slight sign that something is going wrong, well, this is just yet another failed experiment, another failed run. But with each successive jump back into the past, having less and less time to achieve her actual goals here. I mean, being told that she has, only a few weeks? Is there going to be some major breakthrough that we're at least going to be privy to? Because there is a lot of seasons after this. I did like the first one, where it was just like these little, not so unconnected stories, but no grand plan or understanding coming across it. Aha! So we're going back to her. If not buried in pieces beyond the dump. She's brought back into the story for some other reason, but with Sadako going missing? Have things accelerated? Have we gone back to more family matters? And with those eyes. So, disregard every... Well, now you've got ashes in all the groceries. The fact she gives up and agrees to live in this kind of situation, well, because of all of her past issues with family and the like. Someone who knows a bit about, her premonitions, how she has helped him in the past. Well, you don't want to interrupt their time together. In such a good in such a good run where everything seems to be playing out well. I can think of several things, but mobilize the who now? So rather than leave it up to Keiichi, have the backing and power of those that are looking out for her. And of course, with someone that is kind of interested in keeping her safe. So if she puts herself in danger and therefore force them to act. Is this for the good of everything or slightly a bit of his? I'm guessing because of the daily injections and the like. They can't let such important research just fall through their fingers. So they can't make a move. Great. So, with Renna reaching out and getting help and forcing the father to see things as they are, what happened with the woman is still the same, just not at her hands. So, go get killed and burned in the mountains. Well, I mean, it was a good run until she kind of ran out of hope of her last chance of trying to get a little bit of assistance. But it's not over yet, though. I mean, a, a hurdle like this, it doesn't mean it's over. You don't want to throw it away. Hmm. She will lose herself long before. I mean, how many times has she just laid down, accepted fate, and just slept for the week? Well, what exactly can they do? Well, actually having the teacher take some interest in their students and reaching out. Yes, what can she do about it? I'm sure that'll go down fine. At least, if anything happens, then The police are already keeping an eye on him. And has this already been attempted? At least they're taking some sort of initiative and reaching out and at least conversing about it. And now, yeah, leaving her in a household like this, even if she has cried wolf a few times, put in some reports that they haven't been able to action, do they actually get complacent? Self-imposed study sessions. Great. So she has resolved herself to this one just being another failure amongst the buckets, just with a little bit of light sprinkled throughout it. I mean, she's been absent from school. Straight back into the party atmosphere, the roll of dice. Yeah, just gives up, comes back. I mean, she can't do anything above the law. And then what will he do? The problem is, with Shion being attached to Sadako, it's both a blessing and a curse. And all of the gambling partners? Well, jumping to the solution of removing them from the gene pool, sure. I should put a time limit on it. Take it from someone who knows that. I mean, do you want to try and resolve it in a way that forces him away forever without going down the route of murder? Let this be another timeline like that. That's not a. I'm not allowing you to do it. This is a. You're not doing it alone. Let's think of something better. And let me guess, she's seen this conversation before many a time, but not that. Just. I was going to say, is small thoughts returning to him from the past, or is it just? And can that happen if family members just suddenly go missing? Both on the person who is saved from the situation, but also herself. Oh, wow. How far is she willing to go? Many times we've seen what they're actually capable of. Let this play out. She has a feeling. He has a way with words and fate itself. Ow. Got it out of her system now. And upon drawing blood, that was a quick way to clean him up. And what does he have? I guess if they hear it from him, they have to take a little more. Everyone's giving up far too easily. From coming from him, it would have a little more weight than anyone else, but only what like it. But before it came to fruition, someone stepped in, changed the. But if things happen to work out, then, as long as you don't expect anything, you can't be disappointed. And without her verifying anything, there's nothing they can actually do. We've been told that before. Taking it upon herself is a penance for something that's happened in her past, trying to make things better for when the brother disappeared. Now, why would she think that? Huh. Fair enough. If she didn't break cover, then. And then the body went missing. And then everything went worse. Now we know what we're doing about with the Samasaki family and whatnot. And as I saw in a comment, I don't know if I should have seen it in a comment. I don't know if it's something I would have worked out by myself, given enough information, but the bridge being a key factor. Not that great. And the longer they sit around doing nothing. Is this the first time we're actually getting an actual interaction with the father? We've seen the mother come and knock at his door, tell him someone's there for him, but don't remember the father. I mean, it is something we have been shown time and time again. Things being somewhat set, your roles have been decided. But a flip of the dice and things can change. Remember, he is the She sure believes it, doesn't she? What, out of the... Uh, okay, just to kill time. Okay. I was going to say morbid curiosity to see things fail once again, but still. So, actually going to them in person, forcing it forward a little more. Hang on, that's not in the notes? How can you make such a simple well, not a simple mistake, but a big mistake about the actual relatives and how the relationships in this situation? Can we go directly to this social worker who is in charge? Also, what is this like glockenspiel OST for that conversation? Such is bureaucracy. No. But it would bring up a whole bunch of other issues. Oh, you're giving up a little early. And yet, for him to give up there after what Satoko's going through and everything. She just doesn't want to suffer more hurt. If any fate can be broken, at least one. Save her from it. If we can know that is possible, then even if Rika herself can't be helped. I mean, they said full frontal assault before, so kidnap, forcefully get her out of the house. But is it going to be some backwards plan that seems distant and dumb, but actually somewhat helpful? But you would think that, not proper guardianship, seeing that she's malnourished, knowing that she's not attending school. I mean, we've had child welfare cases here where unrightfully kids have been removed from their parents just due to one or two accusations or misconceptions. So if they can't stand in and do something there, well, maybe the entire thing's just a lot more robust in Japan. But I do like glimpses of the past, the burst into severe violence, it being quelled quite easily. Kichi once again be like, you know what? Maybe I would have wanted to go straight into removing the uncle, but something tells me that's a bad idea. the constant back and forth of Rika's mind and mental state. This is just once again a complete failure. A small hurdle means give up. And then when Keiichi had that small hurdle and gave up, it all came crashing down. So no, you were meant to be the hero here. You were meant to sweep in, change everything. She's allowed to say she can give up, but he's not. She might not have had many expectations, but the small amount of hope she had in him, he has a lot of weight on his shoulders, considering he doesn't know exactly what the fuck is going on. But of course, having Rika go into the doctor and a nurse and say, you know, help, do something, send in the guard. No, they're only for her protection. Well, that's a whole lot of good that does. Knowing how, late to the party they were been protecting Rika when it needs it. You can't be too harsh on them though. They did exactly. They did try, but the police being involved, having an eye on them. The problem being, with so many eyes on, and still Sadako's in danger, no one actually is keeping a vigil. We've seen sparks in this time. We've seen Shion go a little off the rails and be pulled back from it. Let's not understate that, but go straight into aggression. If the case of the parasite and whatnot is actually part of this world, is it being held back in moderation for some reason or another? Much like Renner was able to be pulled back from the brink, I'm just wondering where exactly it's going to go with a renewed vigor in trying to protect their friend, but without official channels to go through. What is the plan? How do they attempt to, first of all, go in and help her out, second, keep her safe, and three, make sure there's no blowback on them? With one of the Agony twins being removed from the picture entirely, being told that she was killed off screen for trying to abscond with a bunch of cash. They've tried going to the social services and the like. What about going straight to the police and tipping them off on a thing or two? Are they able to plant some evidence? And we'll hold out hope that, I don't expect there to be great strides to be made in these, because it is early days. What I do want to know, or see, sorry, is not good things happening, but what leads up to a consistent world where good things happen. Having this one where so many small iterations, so many small changes have actually occurred, and there be, as she put last episode, miracles as such, that these things happened. If they can be replicated, and she does not have long to do it. I mean, she's tried for how many years now, and this surprises her, so it could just be something very simple, like right in front of her eyes, that breaks the case wide open. What this all means, who's behind it, how we can alter events. But of course, then the gas comes along, or the government comes along, or aliens come along, parasites, zombies, doppelgangers. We're in for a fun time. I'm eager to find out what's coming up next, and hopefully you are as well. If I've entertained you, let me know. If you want to make sure not to miss out in the future on future videos, consider subscribing to the channel. And remember, get yourselves a bit of rest. Try and reach out for help whenever possible. Don't raise chairs, they can be deadly weapons. But I'll see you in the next one. No matter what happens, my patrons won't allow me to give up, so I do need to thank M.O, Noku, Sao, Guado, Kite, Wolfie-sensei and everyone else, because without their continued support, maybe I would have found things a lot harder to get through. I mean, have you seen some of my back catalogue? But anyway, if you would like to help support the channel, and give me an extra reason why I can't quit, consider helping out as well.